Welcome to Back to School mini-series. These short videos will help you be prepared for the new school year. This one is going to be on classroom rules, setting them and implementing them. When it comes to teaching preschool and having good classroom management, it is always important to set simple rules. Rules need to be stated in a way for what you want them to do. Walk tells the children specifically what you want them to do. If you say, don't run, all they hear is run. So what do you think they're going to do? They're going to run. So remember to state them what you want them to do. When setting classroom rules for young children, you need to have visual reminders. Visual reminders help children understand the rules so that they can follow the rules. In my classroom, I use a pocket chart with children's pictures demonstrating classroom rules. On sentence strips, I also have the rules or class expectation right next to the picture. I like using pictures of the children in my classroom. I feel that it gives them a sense of ownership and that it is their classroom and their rules. At the beginning of the year, we sing the song and make up movements for each rule. Okay, I'm going to give this a shot. I don't typically sing to adults. It's normally in the classroom with the kids, but this is kind of how we sing the song. This is the way we pick up our toys, pick up our toys, pick up our toys. This is the way we pick up our toys so that we can help and learn. This is the way we share with our friends, share with our friends, share with our friends. This is the way we share with our friends so that we can help and learn. When it comes to the rules, we have to remember that we are the role models. As the teachers, we need to be modeling appropriate behavior at all times. Children are like monkeys. Monkey see, monkey do, it's the saying. So if they see you sitting on top of the furniture, what do you think they're going to do? They will do what they see, not what they hear. So if you don't want them sitting on the tables or sitting on top of the furniture or standing on chairs. I'm the worst when it comes to, oh, I'll hurry up and get a child's chair and stand on it and reach up. But then I'm showing them that it's okay to stand on chairs. So monkey see, monkey do. If you don't want them doing it, we can't do it in front of them. Throughout the year, I get asked lots of questions. I have lots of students that come in through my classroom doing observations. I'm also at the main site for our center, so I have lots of adults coming through my classroom and kind of seeing the ins and outs of our program. So one of the biggest questions I get throughout the year is, when do you go over your rules? I have to say I go over my rules every day, especially at the beginning of the year. I go over them during group time, during small group time, on our way when we're going outside. I go over the rules at the beginning of the year all the time. Um, when we're going outside, we'll start singing the song of the rules that will be important for them while they are outside, because as we're going outside, I want them to be successful in their play, so they know what the expectations are as we're going outside, as we're singing them together. What do I do if they don't follow the rules? I use the positive reinforcement. I use nurtured heart approach. We're always looking for and pointing out the good things that children do throughout the day. For example, I see you know to stand in line. Thank you for following the rules. I see that Kim and Jimmy are ready for story. When you point out those positive things with what some of the children are doing, the other children are going to start following in. This will give them, the other children, a reminder of what they need to do. As those children follow through, you need to give them that verbal positive reinforcement as well. And then eventually, I see that you are all ready for story. I enjoy reading and sharing stories with you. Positive reinforcements doesn't mean saying good job, good job, good job. When you say this over and over to children, it means nothing to them. You have to be specific in your positive reinforcement, using statements like I see, you know how. That is thoughtful of you. You are a good friend because. And what if that doesn't work? If that doesn't work, I have a child that kind of needs more guidance in regards to rules, I'll take that child aside and go over the rules one-on-one with our rule book. In my classroom, I also place the pictures that I take for our pocket chart story, and I place them in a book with the text and the song that kind of goes with it. As we're sitting there, we'll talk about what we can do with one another. So as we're looking at the pictures, I'm asking the child, what could you do if it's time for cleanup, and they'll kind of, give their input, and I'll help guide them in the expectations that we would like to see. Giving that child the tools they need to succeed in the classroom. And I also get asked, yeah, that sounds like that's going to be really too easy and it's not going to work. Really, I have to say, if you really go over the rules and you set your expectations from the very beginning, you're not going to have problems 99% of the time. We do have those exceptional children that are in there that that can be disruptive and stuff, and sometimes it's going to take them a little bit longer. But if I do have one of those children and at a moment that they're being disruptive, then I'll give them choices, um, what they need to do. Both choices are acceptable choices for that child to make. For example, if a child is running in the classroom and becoming disruptive, and I've already asked them to, remember to use your walking feet, remember to use your tiptoe feet, and they're still having a difficult time and still wanting to be disruptive, then I'll give that child a choice to sit down and draw a picture of what they'll do when we go outside, or a choice to sit down and make something with Play-Doh. Those are both acceptable choices for that child to make, and I'm giving them the power to be able to make one of those choices for themselves. If they're still trying to be, disobedient and disruptive, then I will explain to that child. I will count to 5, telling them if they do not make a choice by the time I count to 5, then I'll make the choice for them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I get to 5, I'll simply say, oh, you made the choice to sit and work with Play-Doh. And as I tell that child that they've made that choice, I'll walk them over to the Play-Doh table and get them involved in the playing. And as they're sitting down, I'll say, oh, I see you know how to sit down at the Play-Doh table, and look how you're building a monster truck with Play-Doh. So I'll really give them that positive reinforcement once they get there. What if you don't have classroom rules? Well, the beginning of the year is always a great time to start classroom rules. If you're already kind of in your school year and you've decided, oh, I think I need to have classroom rules, it's never too late to start them. Rules help the children have a sense of school community, so it's never too late to get them involved. Just start out in group time and go over your new rules and why. Let the children give input to why you are starting the rules. Have that class discussion of maybe things that you've noticed and why you're starting the classroom rules, and then give them the opportunity to give you feedback of what those rules could be for those things that you've pointed out for them. This will give them buy-in to the rules and will make them feel like they're more part of it. So it will be easier for you to start your rules once you give them the information and they've been able to have a class discussion in regards to them. Here are some examples of other teachers' rule charts that I've seen. This one's just on a sheet of paper with handwritten and pictures of the kids showing each of the statements. Here is another pocket chart with clip art things still showing a visual to go along with what they're asking the children to do. So those visual reminders are always very important so that children can go back during other parts of the day and kind of remember, oh yeah, I'm supposed to use walking feet. So these visual reminders are very important. This little mini-series has been brought to you by Tammy Sanders of Learning and Teaching with Preschoolers. I hope you hop on over to the blog and see what's happening in my classroom. It's updated a couple times a week, so I hope to see you there. And we're also going to be starting a e-workshop in July that's going to be on language and literacy. It's going to provide lots of hands-on activities for the kids that you can use right away at the beginning of the year. It will give you ideas for group time and small group, and have that information in your hands and some of the activities already prepared for you to just start implementing in your classroom to help you meet the language and literacy needs of the children in your classroom. I hope to see you there. Hop on over and register. It begins on July 20th. Thank you, and hope to see you there.